Hey, welcome to Two-Way Games, surviving the DarkZone video. You may or may not want to listen to our tips. We weren't like super spectacular,
We were awesome, especially for only having two
but
people.
we did play the game. So if you haven't played the game yet,
You should definitely listen to us.
or you're just starting,
Or if you actually live in New York.
yeah, then you should probably listen to us.
Yeah.
Alright, so the most essential thing in the Dark Zone is extracting your items, because it's basically what you go in there for, or to kill other players if you're a douche.
Or if you're us.
And extracting items is actually really tricky, because the extraction zones are pretty much where the action all goes down.
Because everyone is always trying to steal your crap when you're trying to get out.
And everyone is alerted when you call an extraction, or at least anyone that's near is alerted to where the extraction zone is. So the first thing you want to do, besides call the extraction, which you've already seen us do, is find a good position, not necessarily to camp, but basically to hide.
Yes.
If you have items, if you're one of the people who's there to just kill the people who are trying to extract stuff, or if you called it to just kill people who are trying to extract stuff, then you should hide.
Yes. Hide no matter what.
Also, NPCs spawn at most of the extraction points. Maybe all of them.
There's nothing you can do to stop it. They just always come for you.
If you're there long enough, they will respawn too.
Yes.
You do not have to leave the area for them to respawn.
Correct.
So, they can complicate matters further, especially if you have a rogue group of agents in there trying to kill you while you trying to extract your crap. So the main thing is, make sure stay in cover. We liked staying on the outskirts of the extraction zone, so we weren't easy targets.
And also, don't bulk up on each other. Because if you stay separated, at least one of you can still be alive if you get ambushed.
Also, you have emotes, so if a person salutes you, it's probably a good sign.
Yep.
Also, immediately point your gun at anyone who walks into the extraction zone, because they may be about to kill you.
And be sure to wave back.
But don't always just trust the emotes, because we definitely saluted someone and proceeded to kill them because we hadn't done that yet. And we apologized to that person, whoever that was.
I don't apologize.
Because he also revived Will.
Stop that ship! Blast them!
Absolutely world class.
Alright, so our next tip or suggestion or whatever you want to call it is know the subways. I actually saw this on, I think, a video that IGN posted about the Dark Zone before I played the beta, but we're going to include it here just because it is super helpful.
Yeah, very true.
Pretty much nobody uses the subways.
Which they all will after this video, because everybody's going to see this.
5 people. 5 people will
Yeah.
use the subways after this video.
Ooh, maybe we can make a squad with them. Classic joke.
Please be friends with us.
Yes. But yeah, the subway, it's just very helpful because not many people use it, and you can actually use your Dark Zone keys, as you see here, to get into some special item crates and all like that, which you don't really have to fight that much for, because not really many people are down here.
Yeah, there are no NPCs down here, at least as far as we discovered, and I don't think there's any at all.
Just a lot of dead bodies.
A whole lot of dead bodies, but fortunately not yours. Also, this is a very good place to come if you have went rogue, either accidentally or on purpose. I went rogue accidentally a lot.
Yes, he did.
Um,
But yeah, if you go rogue, whether accidentally or purposefully, on the map you appear to be, most people just assume that you're above ground. So that when they go looking for you, they first have to find your location, then find the closest subway entrance. So that usually buys you some time.
and most people don't seem to know where the subway entrances are.
Yeah. I mean, that might change once the game comes out, but as of right now, you're good.
Yeah. And another thing, if you're being chased by someone who's trying to kill you, or if you're almost dead being chased by NPCs, I don't know if the NPCs will follow you down into the subway. I don't think they will. But also, if another player is chasing you, trying to kill you, if you can get into the subway, you have a better chance of surviving, because it's less open. There's more corners that you can get around and either eventually lose them, or maybe get a good position and turn the tide.
For a
turn the tide on them. Show them who's boss.
Especially if it's daytime.
I know this know this little rogue area right here very well. Let's fight these guys. They've got that one sniper, but besides that.
All right, so we're going to cover a little bit about little NPC combat, something you run into a lot. And
Normally, the NPCs in the Dark Zone are a lot harder and more concentrated than those outside of the Dark Zone.
yes, correct. So you really have to know what you're doing when you go up against these guys. So as you can see here, cover, cover, cover.
It is a cover-based shooter.
Yes. So I mean, if you didn't know it already, take cover. I mean, it's the only thing that matters in this game. If you take away one thing from this this lesson.
And grenades are very helpful to get enemies out of cover, as you just saw right there.
Yes, correct.
All right, the next one is actually approach. If you're going against a large group of NPCs and you know you're about to go against them, like we're doing here, actually approach it with a strategy and be smart about the position you take up. You want to take up a position where basically you have everything in front of you. It's what we like doing, and then
never
just
get flanked.
just kind of systematically move through it and take them out.
Yeah.
Because they will try to flank you, and if you get caught in the open, it is not fun at all.
Yeah.
Zero fun.
So kind of to like base off of the systematic type of play you got here, you definitely have to have patience. I remember when we first started playing, I was like, oh my god, enemies! And I ran out there and I was like, guns a-blazing, Rambo style, going after everybody. But it doesn't work like that. Like we said, it's a cover-based shooter, so, I mean, unless you just want to go in guns a-blazing, sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and just take your time.
Unless
like
you have a
see
bunch
here.
of melee enemies running at you with baseball bats.
Yeah.
At that point, you just want to shoot the crap out of their face.
Yep. Don't let Batman get you.
Batman is bad. And then what else you want to do is look for named enemies. Named enemies are no fun at all.
No fun, sir.
We've been saying that a lot.
Yeah.
But named enemies are generally a whole lot tougher than your regular enemies that are already generally tougher than your regular non-Dark Zone enemies. And so they mean business. There's pretty much two ways you can approach this. You can try to just focus all of your attention on the named enemy and get him or her taken care of before you try to fool around with the regular ones. Or what we did most of the time is take out all or most of your regular enemies.
The minions.
And then just gang up on the named enemy as the last guy standing. And I mean, we did that mostly here as you're watching. There were a few left over, but we took out all the ones that were really impairing us from getting to the named enemy.
Yeah. And last but not least, and most cliché-ically, and that is a word, oh god, is teamwork. Unless you're going it alone, this game is definitely built for squads of at least 2, but usually 4. And
even if you're going it alone,
Yeah.
the game is still built for squads.
yeah, so if you can find somebody, find them. But yeah, teamwork and just diversifying. It's almost kind of like a Battlefront where you have each individual class of person. Don't try to don't be like all snipers or all close range people. I mean, unless that's just your style.
Yeah, and try to work well together. Like, if you have a sniper rifle, don't be the person at the front leading the
Flanking!
charge. You want to be the guy in the back giving cover fire and headshotting the crap out of everyone.
Yeah. Hopefully they already know that, though.
Hopefully. All right, so our next tip here is we're going to talk about going rogue because it's probably the most fun thing to do in the Dark Zone. And so the first thing you want to do is have a plan of attack. We found this guy who was probably in his menus. What we like to do is Will would throw out his turret, and then I was a sniper, so I would set up a headshot, and as soon as I shoot him, the turret's going to start shooting at him, and then, as you saw, I just headshot. We nuke him to start off with.
Game over.
And you just hit him with everything you have, the initial burst, and then you can just finish him off with your assault rifle normally. and they don't even stand a chance.
Yeah, they usually don't even have time to retaliate. But that being said, it usually helps to use your numbers. Like right here, we're going rogue on this guy. But you can also use the NPCs. This guy's going up against other NPCs and all that. And so us, along with them, can take out a whole lot more than he ever could. And so definitely after this, we've gone rogue. And as soon as you take the guy out, you're going to want to run. Head for the hills. Because you have a timer on how long you have left till your rogueness goes away. So really all you have to do after taking what you want from this guy is just outlast that, and you're getting the clear. You're good.
Unless the guy sees you again.
Yeah,
and just
which
as
is
a little
awkward.
note, everyone is alerted to your presence once you go rogue. So
Yeah.
that is why you want to run.
All right, so we're here just minding our own business, shooting at some NPCs, having a great old time on the Division when some rogues come and attack us.
Douchebags!
Douchebags. But yeah, so they come in and they ambush us. So your first instinct is your best instinct, if that instinct is to run. Because when somebody else has the drop on you in this game, you usually don't have a good chance of taking them out. So your best bet is to run away. And once you get at a clear distance, get your health back, and get a good position, you can either run back at them or develop some type of counterattack, something like that.
Right here, you'll see in just a second that we noticed that a couple of them were dying, so we stopped and turned around because we wanted to help with that. Because, I mean, it's way more fun to kill other players than NPCs, especially when you don't get punished for killing rogues. So you want to, like you said, you want to run until you realize you're at a good position or have a chance to counter them. In which case you want to counter them, and make sure that when you decide to counter them, attack them, it's not the same as going rogue. You're just going to want to shoot them as much as possible and just charge at them, because if you notice, they have a rogue timer that if you do not shoot them, it will run out. While they're in combat, the timer freezes, but as you see, that guy that we just shot at only had 7 seconds left. And the other thing is, if there's some other players around, you definitely want to try to team up with him.
Never go against your other players that are not rogue when you're chasing a rogue.
This is Will right here. I got lost somehow, but he was able to team up with a couple other guys and take out the rogues.
Emotes always help.
And we successfully survived and got some decent loot out of it from the rogues and from the place we were at that the rogues were killed at. So that's basically the tip to surviving rogues. The other thing is if someone just gets the drop on you, like we did previously in this video to a guy, and they have numbers on you, you're probably just going to have to accept death.
Yeah.
So be very careful about who you get around.
Pray.
Bonus clip.
Stalking 101.
This isn't really a tip. This is just kind of a look what we did. We did a thing.
We did a thing.
So we actually, I think we did this to this guy a couple times. I think it was the same guy.
The same guy the whole time.
All right. So one thing you can do, if you catch a guy alone, you can stalk him. Just follow them. Eventually, they're gonna slip up and stop or something. Especially
they've got to
if you have
go in the
numbers.
menus or something eventually.
Though it has happened before that they have been bait, and you will run into about 7 other people who are friends of theirs.
Yep, that's
But
always awkward.
that didn't happen here. We just followed this guy, and eventually you'll see in
Yeah.
a second he stops and
Pretty sure he goes in the menus or something.
yeah, we're the king of killing people in the menu. Yep, he stops right here, and then
You see our
We
little
just-
strategy.
we just
Whip out the shotty.
let go. It's nice that he used cover right there. It's
Yeah.
super useful. All right, so if you found this video helpful at all, or if you didn't find it helpful, we apologize. But if you did find it helpful and you liked it and you want to see more videos by us, like the video, because that would be awesome.
That helps.
And subscribe to our channel and check out our channel for our other videos. And if you liked it a lot, share it on your social media type stuff.
But if you didn't like it, we will stalk you. As shown here in Stalking 101. Thank you.
In the Division, not in real life.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Woo!
We killed Satan again.
Screw you, Satan.
No,
This is
don't leave
America.
me!